Hello, my dear children. So, if you remember, I have explained you about this display of the military power by South African jets. So, military had shown the power through air, through jets. They had shown and they had made different colors through smokes, and that was the power that he had shown for the new government, and it was a type of loyalty that had been shown by the military. Now, children, I am going to explain you about apartheid and South Africa. My children, apartheid means it was the discrimination on the ground of races. South Africa was victim of this apartheid system. As in India, we are having different systems here, like caste, creed, religion, and you can say on the ground of languages there are some discriminations. So in South Africa also there was discrimination and disparity on the ground of races, because there was a conflict between the blacks and whites. Whites means those English, British who were ruling the country, and blacks, those people who were from South Africa. Those black people, basically they were the inhabitants, indigenous product of that South Africa, but unfortunately they had come in the grip of prejudice. They had to suffer a lot because of losing the freedom, and that had come in the hands of the British. So British had imposed rules and regulation, and they were doing discrimination on the ground of the races. They were not giving freedom. They were not allowing the blacks to enjoy the public places. As I have told you, that open theatre, amphitheatre, like union buildings, they could not enter there. But today they had got opportunity, they had got freedom, and they had enjoyed. But today, Nelson Mandela is memorizing and he is recollecting his past, how he had struggled for this and how he had tried to bring the freedom for these black people. My dear children, some people who had sacrificed their lives for the sake of the country, they were not alive today to witness this inauguration, to witness this freedom. They couldn't enjoy. But Nelson Mandela was trying to salute those heroes, unknown heroes also, known heroes also, those were not present at this ceremony. कहते कि कोई लाठी की भेंट चढ़ा कोई फांसी चढ़ जाता है, कोई सीने पर गोली खा आजाद नाम को पाता है, ऐसे भी कुछ बलिदानी हैं जब जिनको जान न पाता है, कब कहां किस तरह प्राण दिए इतिहास मौन रह जाता है. So my dear children, he was paying respect to those people, especially the great freedom fighters like Oliver Tambos, Walter Sisulu, Chief Luthuli, Yusuf Dado, etc. So he was trying to recollect the contributions of those great heroes. And now I would like to come to the goodness and duties of man. What he had said about the goodness and duties of man. In fact, he had divided the obligation and responsibilities in two parts. Twin obligation and responsibilities had been bifurcated by Nelson Mandela. He had highlighted and revealed and pointed out about the responsibility and loyalty towards the family as well as for the country. My dear children, you can take one. If the country is not free, you cannot think for the welfare of your family, especially those the person who is thinking for the country, who is a national hero. As Nelson Mandela was thinking for the country, he couldn't take care of his family properly. So he's telling that now it is a time for us that we should understand our responsibility and duties for both the family as well as the country. Now we have got the fundamental rights, and this rights brings a lot of responsibilities. Rights bring a lot of responsibilities. So now eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. We have to be very much careful, cautious to protect our rights. And if we want to enjoy the rights, we have to do our duties. It's our moral duties to do for the country as well as for the family. And the last, I want to clarify the meaning of freedom that had been mentioned by Nelson Mandela. My dear children, Nelson Mandela was having a wide spectrum. He was thinking for the world. That's why he was awarded Bharat Ratna also from our India. So he had crossed the boundary. He was a great leader, and the great leader always think for the whole world. So to him, freedom is not only that is restricted for the country. One should have freedom that should be based on human values. So there should be humanity. Let us share our love. Let us forget about the hatred. Though British had hated once upon a time, but now he wanted to make a very good equation between the blacks and whites, and he wanted to salute all those whites and blacks and appealed to the people of South Africa that they have to live for the country, they have to die for the country. So let us march forward to make our country progressive and productive for the common people, for the people of South Africa, for the people of the world. Let us join our hands, heads and hearts to enjoy this celebration. Thank you children.